I guess today you guys attract by the topic influencer. You guys all know what influencer means. Anybody here not sure what influencer is? No? That's good. Anybody is an influencer in any kind? One?
Everyone.
Two. Or if, let's say, a social media influencer in Brisbane, I will talk about 3,000 followers. Anyone hit that mark yet?
12,000.
12,000.
Wow.
So we have one influencer here. I will show you how to get paid and how much your network is in today's market.
So 3,000 is the threshold of being called an
It's
influencer?
how we usually calculate it. However, if you buy your likes, which is not recommended, that doesn't count. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's cover today. What I will go through today is I will talk about what is an influencer, how to become influencer if you're not already an influencer, how to get paid to become influencer, and influencer marketing, and the successful use of influencer marketing in today's business. So I guess that's also covered for our business people. We happy? So I guess there's a lot of varieties which I sort of prepared this presentation in that way. Urban Dictionary. What's an influencer? The type of people that call themselves foodies and post pictures of avocados on toast because they can't do anything else interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay?
Yes. Money have to buy it.
Trend.
Yes.
That's the problem.
That's why people can't buy houses
or-
anymore
Yeah,
because of
because they
it.
spend all their money on...
Yeah.
Or they post their last holiday images and ask someone to take it back. So very often seeing the influencer. But what is an influencer? Today's definition. You can be influencer in different platforms. But today, yes,
We have Google Plus.
Google Plus is taken down, but it still exists, and not out yet, not out yet.
Isn't it April
Download my
something?
stuff.
It's
April...
Your Google account settings.
yeah. So Google Plus is a platform they try to bring it out to challenge, Facebook and other social media. They're not succeed. And even a great Google
It
account.
ended up being a case study on how not to do it.
Exactly. So all this logo, everyone familiar? Yeah.
No, what's the BE down there?
BE is Behance. It is a very designer sort of platform. Designers love to use that. Or artist people.
Well, they use it also to showcase. It's like a portfolio type website.
That's
So
it.
if you become an influencer on Behance, people will normally contract out to you for like graphic design, logo design, photography, anything creative.
That's correct.
Never heard of it before.
It's actually quite big. It's quite big.
What's the ghosty one?
That's what ask your daughter. She will know. It's Snapchat. So
Oh,
usually,
really?
Yeah, it's really
Why is it that symbol?
Because it disappears.
Really?
The chaps disappear after. They ghost. They get
That's
ghosted.
right.
Never
That's
thought
right.
about it that way.
Yeah, I didn't.
So people like the youngish people, they don't like the image you get forever. Their parents probably post their image 5-10 years ago on Facebook. They hated it.
What's
So
V?
Vimeo
Vimeo.
is the
Vimeo.
video. It's like
Video,
YouTube.
it's like video posting.
Yeah, it's like a
it's more for
YouTube,
video.
but not quite.
Is that the one they're doing the singing and you do your
No,
actions?
TikTok.
So-
That's TikTok.
Oh, so the TikTok,
Yeah, where's
do
TikTok?
you think that will become popular in the future?
Oh, it's not only platform
Is
here.
that T for TikTok?
No,
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 it's
Twitter.
Twitter.
What Twitter's that? What's that one?
Tumblr.
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 Yes, that's right.
Tumblr.
Is that Viber?
Which one?
Viber.
Viber, next to Facebook.
No, WhatsApp.
What's that?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
What's
So
that?
Oh yeah, what's that?
to be
How do you become an influencer on
What's that?
WhatsApp?
Oh, that you have to ask our genius because there's another program similar to WhatsApp. It's called WeChat.
Yeah.
And they are extremely big in China. They are very similar.
It's like Messenger.
Yeah, so if you get on that channel, oh my gosh.
You will be massive. You'll be massive. Their follower. you think our influencer like on Instagram is a lot of followers. That is massive. And we're doing a lot of property marketing in order to put our post on it. If post on WeChat, it's actually cost more than post on Korean mail now. So it is inserted through. So that's
Wow.
actually a fun topic because that's where they're trying to inspire out. But what is an influencer? I haven't answered that quite correctly.
Somebody who can convince people that their life is better than the other person and
Good definition. So in
Psychology.
certain area, in all of this, they all have an influencer somehow.
There's someone who has a following that's engaged, I would say.
That's right. So it's not necessarily 3,000 is the mark. If I have a very like 1,000 or 100 followers that they do exactly what I do, I literally call it some power, bring power in some way. I want to introduce you a word, Insta famous. Okay, I think majority of here use Instagram. Who's here not using Instagram? No?
not using
Instagram.
Instagram.
Not using Instagram.
Not using.
Not
Not
using.
But not.
So,
They're not
okay.
using. So everyone's using Instagram.
So Instagram is a good channel. Like I assume our influencer here we use Instagram. I believe it's for makeup, hairstyle, fashion. Great channel. Because you simply need to have a good look to be an influencer on that. Whereas our other channel here may or may not. So like LinkedIn, I don't see a lot of image on it. But on Instagram, you gotta be presentable. Maybe that's the reason I don't have much followers on Instagram.
Well, it's a visual platform, so you have to have a visual.
It's
That's
photos,
correct.
right? It's
That's
more
correct.
like a photo thing.
But this lady is very interesting. She's a golfer. She calls herself a golfer. She's not PGA. She doesn't do much golf herself. Hey, this minute, 1.7 million followers. Our recent master winner, Tiger Woods, only got 1.8 million. Okay, Dustin Johnson is the. Sorry, I use a lot of golf example in my presentation because I'm a golfer myself. So Dustin Johnson is only 823,000. Jason Day, Australia #1 golfer, is only 609. Michelle Wei, the next lady on top. So what makes her that much followers?
Because she's a girl
She's a girl.
and she wears tight skirts and knows
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Because let's look at it like this is what she posts on Instagram.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Honestly.
It's not.
The
She doesn't look like
Look
a
doesn't even
golfer.
look like her.
She doesn't even look like a golfer, but when she starts, she posts a lot of golf trick shots. So she obviously knows a bit of golf or two. She do a bit of golf trick shot. Because obviously people who play golf love this kind of stuff.
Also
Okay.
highly male demographic,
Yeah.
so.
And then she get invited to
Events.
events, the high pay event. So the Europe tour open is the Dubai open. She get invited to that. She got a lot of major sponsorship coming her way.
That's the dream.
Golf is actually one of the highest paid sports in the world
It is.
because of sponsorships.
That's exactly
Right.
to
And it's one of
pay.
the most ones, but anyway.
Paying to
You haven't
someone.
been to a driving range.
They only
That's
have the
cathartic.
baseball.
Yeah, trust me, when you have a game on the golf course, any girl suddenly become, Australia, Miss Australia, just because we don't see a lot on the golf course. So she obviously hits the right target. She do 100% correct.
She found her niche.
Yes, that's correct. And
Emily, we should get into that. Go.
Not quite yet. Now, the second thing is, sorry to use another golf example because I know there is a lot people here, they know fashion, they know digital marketing, they know computer. I'm sure you guys all follow celebrities and you guys know that more than me. Using this, Golf Clash is probably ranking on all the iOS game, probably number 8 at the moment. Second was Candy Crush. So Candy Crush net was about $1.1 million. This one probably not too much time.
Candy Crush. I
So-
really
so-
love that game.
Can you- because how they network it, because a lot of people need to buy pass into it, to buy
Yeah,
into it.
it's the
and keep-
buying.
That's
The
right.
sales, it's the sales.
Hence
That's
why I
right.
never
Number
progressed.
one, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, those gamer here, I think is Clash of Clans.
Is it plans?
Clash of Clans,
Yeah.
yeah. I never played, so
Is that number one?
yes, number one. So Candy Crush only number two. This one is number 8. But I want to talk about this person in particular. This is YouTube famous. How a typical way to become influencer on YouTube channel. So it's a mobile game. So the interface is only on the right hand side. You don't actually play game. You are actually watching him to play game. He get paid that way. And you see how many followers? He has 38,000. Just from because he plays some sort of game and maybe pretty good at it. You have Twitter, Facebook, YouTube channel, the followers, latest subscriber. One thing I want to discuss today though, all the influencers out there, in Australia it's not set rule yet. It's not a law that you have to say it's sponsored by someone.
In America, it's a
High
yeah.
Lopez effect.
That's correct. So in Australia we have a large debate now because young people get lost thinking this is how to do it. But you need to be, it's recommended, but be smart, because it's eventually gonna change, gonna track. So this is how easy he can get famous, and then he always like putting out his personal. Like why are you putting, when you are introducing game, why do you put yourself in it? So branding. Keep talking about branding is important. It's not even attractive. Look at him. Okay, it's a lot of similar game type of influencer on YouTube,
Yes.
Okay.
Heaps.
and they teach you how to play game. I want to discuss how to become an influencer. I want to show you 5 tips. Because everyone wants to be this lady on a yacht, having a drink. This could just be parking there, not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's what something.
Find a niche. Let's face it. Everyone wants to be under the spotlight, like this lady, looking gorgeous, looking at wines. But does she really like wines? Don't try to be something that you are not good at. Not to be something that you're not interested in. Like, I wouldn't be a fashion influencer because typically I am not that gorgeous looking. I don't have a 6-pack. Maybe when I roll it over.
You got today.
And you need to be in love with what you do in that particular topic in order to become an influencer down the track. Second thing is find your channel. We talk about Instagram, we talk about YouTube, we talk about other platforms. Why do I say Karen can be the next influencer? She's very involved in a lot of business networking because of her job. She's an accountant. But who would imagine accounting going out meet startup, meet AI every day by day? She's somehow try to grab people in that area. But how you want to network, how you want to become an influencer? Make sure you do an Instagram search on some famous people. You will see an icon next to their face. You will actually say influencer. Our Australian version of Donald Trump, Mark Bruce, he was an influencer. He's still holding the title on his Instagram. So find a channel. If you're not good looking, I want to say don't show yourself. Sorry, I shouldn't say if you're not good looking. If you don't need to present a lot of your selfie. You probably don't want to choose a channel such as Instagram. If you're doing e-commerce website, I guess it makes sense to put a lot of your product image endorsement onto Instagram. Therefore, you can influence it by it. And what's beauty about mobile this day is you can straight go into the link and go into e-commerce. You like my outfit, go get it fine. So e-commerce website will extremely well with our Instagram. Develop content. So there are some content strategy. one thing I want to, why we choose a little girl image here. If you are posting a lot of photos about your kid, I guess a lot of parents are doing, and you want to, yeah, if you want her to become an influencer, then don't suddenly put yourself in it. And maybe you want to attract different type of audience, but Ryan Twice Review. Anyone heard of this?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Twice Review?
Yeah.
People have kids probably heard of it. No? He recently posted one video. He posts video daily. He's a YouTube famous influencer. Daily. And he recently
That's a
put
lot.
one for the Easter, 1.8 billion view.
Billion.
Wow.
His net worth is $11 million. And he's only 7 years old.
He was in the news.
So be consistent with the photo. He always unwrap toys, open toys, new things. And I guess he get paid by opening toys. It's good things. I don't know why my kid suddenly opened the YouTube and like to watch someone unwrapping their toys. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Vicarious.
But he became famous because of that. And how did that all start? 2005, he was starting by just say, hey, I want to do something like that. So his parents would go buy toys and he opened the toys in front of the camera. A few months later, because he started getting famous, what those big brands do, they send him stuff for free. Let's open my toy. A few months later, people start paying him money. Can you open my toy for me? A few months later, he became an extremely important influencer in that industry. Hashtags. Who's here not? No hashtags. No hashtag? No hashtag? You don't? No.
Do you know
Don't know,
hashtag?
no.
Don't know what hashtag is.
No, we know.
Okay, we all know. That's good. That's good. And how effectively to use hashtag is important, which I will explain in the different slides. We're talking, yeah.
Just with hashtags, you do not have to include them on Instagram in the actual post. You can do it in the comments.
That's right.
I do it in the comments.
Some
Makes it
Awesome.
makes it clean.
Mm.
That's right. That's right. And different formats. We're talking about the format of marketing changed quite a lot. What recently been brought out was the Instagram Live. So people are starting to fit into that channel. It's not just a photo anymore because video does get paid more. How much you get paid, I will show you a bit later.
Please don't.
How much more you get paid for live video, that's what we'll show you a bit later. The hashtag, oh, it's interesting. Some of the hashtag, post with at least one hashtag average 12.6% more engagement than without it. So the next time when you think about hashtagging, think about this. What's your hashtag? The top 10 hashtag is
Is there an optimal number of hashtags to include?
30 is the
30?
so top 10. How many
So
of you-
30 is the max?
Yes.
Or 30 is the ideal? 30 is the
30 is the
max.
It's the max.
If you do 31, it won't allow you to post it.
If you look at like
It's crazy though, right
Coca-Cola,
there.
Target, Disney, like they'll use 5 to 7, and then some of their posts will do more. But once you get to a certain audience size, I think you start to see what trends, and you can test with more, and then you can pull out analytics on which hashtags get better engagement.
Can I just quickly ask? So, in that context that you're saying that the bigger ones use 7, is that for a particular reason, like what you're saying, to say the algorithm will put you down because you use the max?
They
or-
just know what the hashtags that work for them. Like, so they've already figured that out. They took the science and data behind it and just said, these work for us. There's no reason to do others because, I mean, it's Disney. They can afford an advertising campaign of a couple billion.
So the old marketing strategy, digital marketing strategy is like Instagram engagement is cut by seconds. So how much, when you swipe through the images, how much time do you stay in that and calculate if you engage in this post or not. So the algorithm actually change. Yes, we can show you hashtag in that particular one, but I show people 1,000, they slip through. Obviously they're not interested in that content, so the AI actually pick up, says, nah, we're probably not showing that yet.
Because people will search for hashtags as well. So if you're looking at Coke's feed, you'll see all of the stuff. But if you're just going to Discover or looking at a particular hashtag, if you spend more time on Coke's love hashtag versus their inspire hashtag, clearly the love hashtag is more relevant to you in relation to that brand.
So they'll focus on that lot of hashtag than the other one.
So before we can trick the system a lot by doing the wrong hashtag. Slowly they start pick it up and pick up quicker than us trying to cheat the system.
Oh yeah.
Especially when it comes to trying to get influencers through apps or followers through apps.
That's correct. That's correct. So top 10 hashtag if you need interesting, have a look. Throwback Thursday if you don't know what TPT is.
Throwback Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday, yeah. Why
Or
Thursday?
FBF, Flashback Friday.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm sure if you Google why they're famous, they will tell you and they will show you a list.
Where?
Yeah. Okay. Number 4, build your community. It's really important. There's no point of me going to a community that it's not going to benefit me. So if you're passionate, you want to be in that community. How do you do? Engaging with followers. So make sure you respond to every followers ever post on anything on your channel. But the trick is actually going, for the smaller one, I'm talking about how to become an influencer. For the smaller one, you can actually going through other other influencer and actually comments on it. And that's the number one way to building your relationship. Do not buy followers because they know they can easily track and they can easily one day they decide to delete all this fake account, it's just gone like that. And it doesn't make sense if you have 50,000 followers and all your page is like 1 or 2 likes. Or you only have
Like, how does that happen?
exactly.
It happens more frequently than you would think.
Yeah,
And they go
But
through.
you see all these, like, I was like, but honey, why are you not, nobody's commenting or...
They just bought them. You can buy, it was 10,000
Yeah.
followers for like
$50.
$50.
But I can use $50, go to H&M and get a nice something and then I'll
Yeah,
wear it and
yeah,
post
but you're
it.
smart. You're trying to do it the long way.
No. When you put one selfie and I put one selfie, we get different likes.
He just wants to feel good about himself, but that 1,000 followers is pretty much.
But provide value. So once you're more advanced in your social media channel, become an influencer, make sure you provide value, not just how good you look. So I've been supplied this from Nike. This is for free. I want to share it out. Anybody wants it? So provide value for your followers. Okay. I've been provided a new golf set.
God, you just gave me an idea.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
if you want to leverage that idea, not that I can read your mind, but competitions is a great way to do that.
So give away a handbag.
I just had like, just randomly
We'll
got
add
like,
your followers for
I just
sure.
posted this denim thing that I bought for 2017. It was just lying there, and I just like put it together, and I got like 800 and like 200 or 200 comments just for a freaking dress that I wasn't even thinking of. And now I'm giving like, okay, who wants it? I'm gonna give it out because I didn't even need it. It was just sitting there, but
That's right.
But yeah,
Yeah. So
So
Competition,
can you
giveaway.
You can't put comments back. You can't put pictures in Instagram comments.
No, no pictures.
No.
You can do emojis. Using emojis.
You
So-
could do like on Facebook. You could do like a post your pic, and the funniest pic will win. So then you generate engagement for your page out of that, but I'm not sure how. Best comment maybe, or best caption. So you could take
Well,
a
you can
picture.
do most likes on a comment.
Most likes on a comment that you can.
Like caption this.
Oh, that's
And then
great.
most likes on a comment.
Because then you're driving engagement, and the more engagement that
That's
happens
right.
on your
Points in the
posts, your the algorithm favors you inside that circle and those hashtags.
So then you'd take like screenshots of what's going and then put it in your stories, in Instagram stories.
Yeah.
So then it generates more
Oh,
because
that's
people
even
then check
better.
on what's going on.
And then do a live.
Yeah.
And then do the live.
Yeah, you do a
Hey,
live
we're running
too.
this competition.
Yeah.
And then you could like pick your favorite group for the day type thing until the end.
Jesus, I did not know that.
It's great ideas. More than one tip. 1 or 2 tips.
I like that one. I like that one. So tell me after.
That's correct. That's correct. So provide value also not just to give away, but provide value in your content as in what is relevant for your community, that community that you're trying to build. Okay, putting my kid photo on my Instagram which is fashion label, probably not such a good idea.
Depends
So,
on how you do it though.
yeah.
As long as you
true,
keep your brand
true,
consistent.
true.
So say that again,
So if I'm trying, the consistency need to be there. So if I always see the fashion label on the fashion icon, sometimes if you put some personal photo, if you engage more. But if you do it too much, you lose the content.
Yeah.
So you need to find a balance in between. So I see a lot of influencers that we engage, they have 2 accounts. And one is private for his family, friends to follow. And one is actually his business account. Number 5, networking. People challenging DJ era that they don't need networking anymore, but in the influencer space you do, because nothing works better. So we are an agency. When we pick our influencer, I will talk a bit more how we engage our influencer for the business. But when we pick, I tend to like to pick a person that I see and I know. Okay, so networking is very important. You need nothing better than meet face to face with people. Now, important question to you. How do you get paid? Let's say we all have 3,000 followers now. We all specialize in somewhere, and we all want to get paid. How much is my network?
I think it's like for every 1,000, isn't it like $80 or something?
I'll show you the breakdown. But first though, once you build your content ready, once you have that many followers, the number one thing is you want to get paid is to actually put a contact. Well, Instagram, there is contact, there's email, there's ways to communicate. So make sure you are reachable.
And be nice.
That's correct. And as an agency, we often have to communicate in this way to just follow up. It's a long time process to find the right influencer and then engage, brainstorm how we want him or her to post certain things, and then re-engage that level, and then actually see it happen and calculate everything to money. It all starts with, I need to be able to contact that person. Personal site, blog, branding, it's really important. Maybe I choose an ugly image, but if you are doing a become an influencer, the next thing is actually have a site that's your platform. Because you know what, maybe one day Instagram decide to charge you, which is hardly gonna happen. At least you have your personal site developed. And really showcase on the Instagram, they actually know what you are like socially. But you can have another space, demonstrate yourself. And that's next level of marketing.
Well, YouTube is a good example of that. A lot of people who were YouTube famous lost their income streams because of changes to the algorithm.
That's right.
Those that had merch stores and their own forums on their sites and posted the videos on their sites as well and have following off YouTube weren't hit it anywhere near as hard.
That's right. So make sure you have a site, a channel, or some other way platform they can reach you.
And that's really like, from an accounting perspective, it's your own asset.
Yeah.
Develop your
Versus-
email
Who owns
list
your
too.
That's right, it's your own,
That's,
who
that's
owns
what I'm
it.
doing.
And so then if you've got your own website, you've got your own database that you're taking off from, then it's yours versus hosting it on somebody else's. You know, anything can happen. If they shut it down, that's it.
That's correct.
Or if it's having a bad day.
Like the last time, I did not even notice because I had so many like meetings that day. I did not even notice that Instagram was down.
Ooh.
We- Someone said it.
We noticed.
Ah.
I was like, oh, okay.
So yeah, make sure you have a site. There are some channel. I pick out 3. That's not the only 3. There are probably 10, 20 of them. But this is the 3 that I know of.
Yeah, I've got a few jobs from that.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
probably
right.
one of the biggest. And one they are what we call micro influencer. So once you hit a certain level of influence, people like us contact you. But if you want to start somewhere, Tribe is a very good area to start from. So how the idea work is work like a B2B or C2C sort of business. They have the brand. They say, for example, Apple. Well, I know Apple didn't do it, sorry. Let's say Apple is doing it. They have this idea, you pitch the idea to them. Because hey, come on, we all have to start somewhere. We pitch the idea how I will endorse Apple. I will have an Apple in all my shot somewhere. I play computers. I'm walking towards the train station with my Apple. All this shot, all counts. You pitch the idea, then you pitch how you're going to present it, and you submit to Tribe, and the brand pays you for the idea. It's really hard way of doing it because you're actually working for them. You actually work the marketing idea for them. But I guess for smaller influencer, we do need to work a bit hard on that. Where you do have the bigger brand, they tend to tell, okay, these are the influencer. We will pick a handful of influencer for them to say these are the things we think we should do in this campaign. Work different strategy, but I guess you all need to become smart somewhere. Influencer, I think I love that platform. I like their report system. Beautiful report system.
Is that an app?
It is like we use the app is more Tribe.
Yeah.
This one we use the web platform because we are a brand. So
I'm going to check that out tonight.
yeah, it's a good platform. It shows us a report because we do need to provide a report quite a lot. So that's a good platform to use from. How much you're worth? Okay. Number of followers per account. So reason being I say 3K is because you usually start with 3K. That's what the industry calls it. $75 to $150 if you are in this range. Yes, you are the second tier.
Tribe pays me $220.
Yep, that's right. So this is how much they think your worth is. The followers, of
Should do a
course.
video.
So video.
Yeah.
Video motion, you're getting paid 25 to 50% higher because they are more engaging. People are looking at more. They spend more time. They calculate. Remember how I talked about social media? They calculate by the time you visually stay on that thing. An image, how long does it take you to view the image? These days, 3 seconds. Maximum if I'm interested, of course. They have a second I slip through, but if I'm interested, let's say 3 seconds, 5 seconds. But video, if you shoot enough content, maybe 10, 15 seconds, maybe more if it's really engaging. So thinking about a brand perspective, who is paying it? Think about that perspective. Of course, I'm willing to pay people viewing my product more.
Ooh. For fashion, something I saw recently which was really clever was like stop motion, but it's just stills. So you take like 10 stills.
That's what she did for me. That I'm
Right.
going to think. So, yeah.
And then you make a video out of that. So then you get your 10 seconds.
I see some.
I did that.
I see some
So can
interesting.
you expand for those that don't get it?
So I'll show you an example.
What do you mean by the stills?
So it's
and
just
the-
the photos, and you put colours and make it more graphic, and it's just giving you different still. It's just a still static
It's
photo.
like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Ah, got
So
it.
that way
It's
it's
just a
like
slideshow.
The
but
slideshow.
You
Got
have it
Yeah.
paced correctly.
It's where it builds.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people shooting the trick GIF file on Facebook. So there was like doing a pancake shot, and they said, "Oh, I was so surprised when it flipped." And it's a GIF file, so you keep trying to flip the pancake. So the hand is keep doing it, but it's a GIF, so it's repeating.
Yeah.
So you actually look at it, and it's waiting for that thing to flip.
It's
They're
not.
never gonna flip.
Ah.
So.
So people stay on that page
Yeah.
longer.
That's right. That's one way of doing it. That's one way of doing
That's
it.
a trick.
Well, I wouldn't call that quick, I'd call that attention.
Exactly.
Because it's engagement, but they're not going to click the link.
right.
Exactly. But it's
So you
Or
pay,
you
you
say
pay
watch
for
it
that.
flip on the link.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Copyright.
Watch it click on the
You
link.
get your copyright.
Okay. So now you are an influencer. You are able to get paid. You know how much your net worth is. But how you better do it? What's the influence marketing? Like for us, we're doing a lot of influencer marketing for particular smaller brand. But it's like a hybrid of old and new marketing tools. Taking the idea of celebrity endorsement and place it into modern day content. So if you think about this, before, I'm sure we all, Marie kind of speaking on that. What's the lady came to our Tiffany store opening?
Kardashian.
No,
Oh gosh.
no.
Wasn't there a Kardashian account?
No. It was
Happy this one, maybe still-
anyway, $7 million was for that trip.
For her to come,
Um,
just to go to the
I
store.
thought it was the
Correct.
Kardashian, the young one.
Oh, Kylie Jenner?
Yeah.
She's a
She's
Kardashian,
a Kardashian, technically, but then it's Kylie Jenner.
okay, yeah, yes, that's correct.
Kylie Jenner, which is
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what it is.
she's like a step cousin, sister.
But
something.
she's on the Kardashians, isn't she? No?
I'm not-
She's related to them. It's just not. She doesn't have the last name.
Okay, so
They are
that-
Kardashians.
Yeah, that's right. They're
Okay,
all the
okay.
same gang.
So sorry, I'm not familiar with that reality show.
So I don't watch it, but I read an article on it.
Okay, so
So
7.
Tiffany store, huh?
So Tiffany Store pays $7 million for that trip. Imagine that's a celebrity endorsement, but what's the wisely spent of that $7 million?
Share it around.
That's right. So if you have an influencer in today's day using the endorsement into that area, I think you're possibly gonna get more reach.
Yeah.
Possibly
What
gonna
do you
get more
mean?
reach. So
For
if
sure.
you have $7 million, you want
Yeah.
to spend in one shot to get celebrity endorsement. When she
Okay.
comes to Brisbane,
Yep.
okay, obviously you're gonna have all media around it.
Yep.
So you're trying to branch out, and that's one day show, one paying off.
Yep.
But if you can imagine, let's say talk about that $220, if you start differentiate your money into that area, 7 million into that, you can reach almost everyone.
But the thing is, would it make international news?
That's correct.
That's the other question.
That's correct.
Kylie Jenner flying to Tiffany's in Brisbane is international news.
News, yeah.
That's correct.
So you gotta,
So in locally, of course, it's not doing much
yeah.
for us. But of course,
But you still remember it.
yeah, they're international brands, so of course you need to have that kind
But
of
I'm
thing.
just saying, like, you know that they spent 7 million and you remember that mark and it's
That's correct. That's
Headline.
correct. So celebrity endorsement is
It's like
the
you gotta weigh it, eh? It's
so
like Drew Barry, what is it? No, the Charlie's Angel one. What's his?
very important.
Yeah, she's in Australia doing her makeup on flour.
Oh yeah.
So they're going through like this marketing agency called Torstar in Sydney. They're going through Chemist Warehouse. So I'm seeing all on my feed all this influencer, like they're just posting it randomly everywhere. But like she's just using little brand like to just
Micro
make up
influencers.
micro ones and it bites everywhere. Like it's Sydney, Melbourne. Like she's in Sydney, but I'm seeing it on like Melbourne. Like they're doing it the same time she's doing all the press conferences.
so
So it's a combination. It's
Yeah.
a hybrid.
thinking about it, you guys are mini celebrities.
Mm.
Yeah.
So because of all this channel, that allows you to reach out instantly and very fast. So bigger brand like to throw money to the influencer, and it's often wrong the way engage influencer. We don't. A lot of company there was well not a massive big global brand, but even just a national brand. They say, oh, I want to do influence marketing. They would say, let's start with I will throw money to, let's say, 20,000 to you. I want you to do the post on me. And there's no such a thing as one post costs $20,000.
Yeah.
You do need to work away how you want to do it. Okay, you understand? You need to pick the right brand, right channel for your influencer to do that certain type of marketing, and that is influencer marketing. So as a marketing agency, we would need to that particular content really carefully and want to spend the money wisely.
So it's the content and the channel that you're saying. Is
That's
very, really
that's
well
correct.
wise.
So you do need to be able to, I guess, have a story around it in order to make it a campaign a success. If you simply just want a certain person wearing your brand for once in that photo shoot, that's probably not gonna work anything unless he keeps sharing it. So you almost need to build a relationship with that particular influencer.
That's how I work.
That's
I
right.
just
That's right. So H&M, if they want to work with you, of course they will keep sending you good stuff. They will tell you what this material is made by, why this is so special. They will tell you the whole story behind it. So you wear it, you're proud of it, and you will share the story.
They want you to fall in love with the brand too, because
Yeah.
the genuine nature comes through the camera.
That's
Yeah.
100% correct. So, sorry, I ignore our gamer here. So for a game influencer, they are very easy to get engaged. So obviously, the certain person are good in certain game, they get our rewards. And sometimes in the game or outside the game. So a lot of gamers, I don't know, the money, inside the game money, they get $1, they will in that as a return for startup. And then they slowly engage them and post more. And you can see when the person I actually showed before, the story behind it is I think they have some special goal for nobody's buying it. But once he start using the video, people start buying into it. And it's how they launch the influencer.
So the golf ball with the gamer,
Yes.
and then it became popular.
Yes, no, sorry, it's not actual golf ball, it's the golf ball within the game.
Oh, within the
Yeah,
game.
within the game, but it's need to purchase money, you need to pay like for the, I don't know how, I don't play the game, but I try to download it, I try to understand a little bit more. But it's quite interesting game, but I still enjoying going on the golf
So
course.
you gotta purchase the ball in the game.
Yep, to be
And
able to
then-
hit it better.
So for the
maybe.
gaming company, that's money in.
That's right, and you can
Oh,
see,
Wow.
They're showing how much easier it is too.
that's right, so.
Big one.
Because he's using it, nobody's using the game because it costs money, it's a free game, why are we using it?
Yeah.
But because of using it, actually hit further, it is a no-brainer, it is advertising, and more powerful than anything else. And it wouldn't make sense if I asked you to play that game.
No.
It's probably, it probably hits a certain level of reach, based on your reach, but it's probably not gonna help much in that perspective. So pick the influencer. It's extremely important, and that leads to my next question. Successful use of IM for business. So carefully, consider your approach in influencer marketing. Be organized, be together, strategy, plan, budget, spending time on research. So as a company, they need to be able to do all this, put forward. So yes, we talk about try is actually letting the influencer to come back with their strategy. But when you have a brand, you want your brand to go a certain direction, you want to make sure you can able to share this idea with the influencer. You can influence the influencer. You want to make sure they believe in your product, your brand, and able to sell your brand in that way. Be patient and be human. People talking to people, not companies talk to company. Which is another thing, like a lot of company, they really depend $20,000 budget in one go. Let's say this month, I want to spend that $20,000 in the social media marketing, and I wanted to launch to influencer. I want to do try, and then they try for 1 month, 2 months, and they stop. It's not going to work. We need to engage with influencer. You are actually influenced, and you want to educate, and it takes longer time, but it will continually build the success down the track for you. So develop a schedule. There's an influencer per monthly, quarterly, newsletter. So we need to be able to engage the influencer in that way. That's not just one influencer. So as a company, we're engaged maybe 10, 15, maybe 40, depends on the size of the influencer. Like you say, when you're doing a certain launch, if there's 10 influencers suddenly doing this kind of event, I never tried that, but I will I'll ask my team to investigate.
Steve Marty did that too, like they're like bang, bang, bang. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's common with, well, I say common, it's a underutilized tactic with e-commerce to, if you have a new product that you're trying to push out, if you can get 5 to 7, maybe 10, if you've got the budget influencers all lined up that are behind the product and do it on the same day, then because you've got so many posts
You're pushing the
on-
hashtag.
and the hashtag on Instagram, it gets into the trending, and then you get it back from there.
We did that for Nova when Nova did their winter one. All of us have to post the same day, and we were just posted. Like,
And then they'll buy like 10 posts
Yeah.
in that day or something.
That's correct. That's awesome. So integrate with the PR schedule. I think you also covered product release day and schedule. That's you're not just posting whatever you want to post. It's aligned with what you want the company wanted to do. So don't say this month's out because it's January. It's traditional schedule is like, oh, it's New Year, let's do a New Year's campaign. probably don't work like that with the influencer. So you do need to come up with a certain schedule with the influencer. With the influencer, I'm launching my product on this day. How I want them to post. Send emails on behalf of key exclusive. Plan travel schedule. So again, face-to-face meeting with those influencers are important because meeting that one person could potentially means you reach out to 13,000 or 100,000 if they're famous one. And that face-to-face meeting is extremely important. Yeah. Question? And we all go through, yeah?
So how do you reach out to PR, like if you like a brand that you really want to work with, how do you get to like talk to the PR company or things like that?
My experience is company does work differently. In Australia, certain brand they're working with marketing agency, so they do have people looking after their stuff. So reaching through the marketing company, like we're not the marketing company for those kind of PR. So we engage with another level, so modeling agency. They do have certain power in that area.
My experience in the past with that is you go into a company, you look at the contact us, there's normally a press area, and you would be considered press. So technically you would almost qualify for a media pass depending on how much engagement you have and how many monthly site views you have on your Instagram page. So basically you would be considered a form of media. So think of Instagram as like a magazine. You technically have your own magazine. So you reach out to them saying, hey, I'm interested in your brand, I'd love to do a collaboration. Who do I need to chat with? That's
Love it.
how I've done it in the past.
Love that approach. Very direct. Love it. So it's in Australia probably the marketing departments.
Yep.
That's
They normally pass you off to
Yeah.
someone and then you get a name and a phone number and
That's right. And because influencer is such a new, well, in Australia, in Brisbane, it's quite a new media. So don't be afraid of sending those kind of personal touch email. And
Yeah.
it's actually gonna reach you somewhere. People look at you. You will be easier reaching their marketing director than
This is
us calling you,
flawless.
say hi, I'm Dale from.
Always jump on LinkedIn as well if the company's big enough. Their marketing director or marketing CMO, blah blah blah. You can
social
search
media
on
director or something.
job title on LinkedIn.
That's what I did for Starthread.
And I can guarantee you, those people who respond to you, they will pay more. Respond to you because they obviously not understand.
They're not having to take time to track you down too, so
Yeah.
that's more money in their pocket rather than saving the time. Because they're like, oh, this person actually likes our brand, we don't have to figure out which influencer likes our
Yeah.
brand.
That's correct. And don't get me wrong, even though this channel is great, even if I is work extremely well to a lot of channel, but depends on the business you're in. Some might not work for you.
Oh, I mean Pinterest. Pinterest can be insanely
Oh,
profitable.
That's right.
The girl that I worked with, she doesn't do nothing, like the photographer, she just goes save inspos. She gets like 900,000 people come to her, but she doesn't do anything.
She just
So
reads
she's just like directing it to a photography website. And I was like, she said, oh, there's hashtags in there. It's like, I never knew there's hashtags in Pinterest.
I put a board together for costumes for Supernova about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just a collection of costumes. So I was going to make them for my family, and I've probably had 100, 200 people repin that board. I've done nothing. It was not for PR. It was purely for my own personal use. But other people, because of however Pinterest works, found it useful and pinned it themselves. So if I had a link in there, or if I had, a video to a site or some sort of call to action,
They would have just clicked it, because once you click it, it kind of like go into
Yep.
something else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the CPMs are really, really cheap on Pinterest. Like ludicrously
That
cheap.
means cost for 1,000 impressions, by the way.
That was my question. What is
To get in front of 1,000 people on Pinterest, their average is around like $5. Yeah, they are so
Where
desperate for
Facebook
advertising
can be
money.
up to like 45 to 50.
I saw one was $370. $370 $370 CPM the other day.
Wow.
Someone's doing their targeting wrong, or right, depending on their click-through
Yeah,
rate.
well, I mean, it depends on what their product is, because if they have a
Yeah.
$1,000 product, $300 to get a lead isn't bad.
No,
Sure.
that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Any other question?
So you're saying monetizing is not just, so one, you get paid via sponsors or other people?
So we see like
I mean, that you put up
we see
before
a
was
lot
the-
of good story
Yeah.
for influencer getting a lot of pay. Like we give them, 7 years old getting even $11 million.
Yeah.
Remember, there are certain people. It's like a celebrity dream. Everybody dreams to become a celebrity. Not everybody gonna get that.
Yeah.
Also depends on if you have a full-time job.
The time.
It doesn't.
It takes a couple hours a week, man.
Yeah,
Like,
But
it's
I
a
set
lot.
an alarm. So today was only to just comment. I set my alarm for 15 minutes. Once it goes up, put it down. I said I need to read. Because you gotta be intentional.
That's right.
I have to be intentional. I have 2 kids and I work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So I've gotta be very intentional. My daughter's only 1 and I have a 7-year-old. So and my job takes a lot of brain power. So I have to set an alarm to say that's enough. I have to do homework or do something that I like.
Oh, so you're trying to set an alarm to limit yourself?
That's
yeah,
right,
I set
that's
an alarm.
I thought it was an alarm
You
to
can
make
get
sure you
lost.
get something posted.
No.
No,
You can get
To
lost.
limit
you can get
yourself.
lost. 'Cause you
Just
just
one more,
sit
just
there.
one more, just one more.
And I was like, no, like on the train, 45 minutes, I set my alarm 15 minutes. I'm just gonna comment.
Wow.
And it goes off, honey, you gotta come down so I can read.
Even just like your own, once you get to a certain point, if you're posting regularly, to go through your own notifications, find the people who have commented and to reply back to them. You can spend 20 minutes
Yeah.
going through the
Yeah.
notifications.
That's when you just go to the post and stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, if you do it wrong, you can get lost.
Now I don't put, there's no notification that comes to my phone that I have nothing. I turn all of my notifications.
Oh, I can imagine. If you have the likes, you see how those
I
likes
gotta
will go
turn
through.
all of them
On
off.
Facebook, the only thing that comes
Nothing
through is
off.
Messenger.
Nothing, even Messenger, nothing. I turned everything off.
Yeah. So I guess yes, the example I gave, the Ryan's toy review, the mom quit her job, full-time job,
Yeah.
in order to
It's
do
a lot of
this.
time.
So
But there would a community around that. She would have been replying on his behalf to comments.
That's
right.
They would have been reaching out to toy stores. Like
Yeah.
she would have basically become his agent.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So the idea is that you get yourself, you need to think of this as a business model.
Mm.
So you are marketing to your own brand.
I think that's the mentality, like why I actually like. How do I was talking to him? How do you get your mental state to that to say this is my business? Like last year, I had my baby. I stopped. Like I didn't do no. I was there, but I wasn't there. Like I just stopped. It was just too much to taking care of a baby. So it's just this year that I actually, you know how you say you own it. So like I never really owned it. It was just something that yeah. Once they said, "Oh, Sonia, you this," I was like, "No, I'm a compliance person." Like it's just
You're
really-
integrating it into your life now.
yeah.
It's
So
not just a hobby.
exactly, like I never used to come to event. Like it just grew because I was just being me, and I was like just
Well, and you have a genuine following.
yeah.
So
So,
that
like
means
I
that your
never
followers
really
are
like.
valuable.
Like I just follow people that I really like and very intentional. Like I read every caption on social media. Like I just don't like things. So when I'm on it, I'm very intentional. Like if I don't see you, I'll send you. I grew because people say, "Oh, you're my personality." Like I will message, "Oh, what's wrong?" Like I said, "Oh, I haven't seen you. Their mother died or something." I send books or inspiration or something because I'm very big about mental health. So I have like my own charity that I run to say I have a purpose. So like very intentional about that. But sometimes people just go like I find it, but then just within myself to say I really like this what I do because just not the pictures or the fashion, it's the
It's a
thoughts.
community.
It's like me finding like, okay, maybe this is my purpose about inspiring someone to be their authentic self. That's what I like about social media, not everything else. So it's just me owning it. I was like, oh, okay, I own this now. How can I take it to the next level to make it, like you said, into that strategy? I don't have that. I just had a media kit because someone else made it for me like 2 weeks ago. Like I don't even know how to market it, you know? But that's why I'm here, just to own it, to
So-
say this is my
I
business.
guess for me, just one advice. Often you try very hard to help another company, another brand grow. But I think the most important is actually grow your own brand. So
Well, you gotta put on your own oxygen mask first.
That's
so
right.
you can help.
that's correct.
So have you got a business plan? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about what you want to get out of it? What's your goal? What's your target in terms of dollars? Now that you know some of the sums, and then you work a plan on how to get there. That's
That's a
Business
accountant point of mine, isn't it?
So like I wasn't thinking like, hence why I'm sitting here, because I wasn't like, I was just listening to everybody talking about it. It's like, oh, everybody is like, you can actually use this, followers, because I wasn't planning to get that.
Yeah.
Like yesterday it grew 100, by the time I come here it would have grew something else. Like,
So
and
with some of this strategy, I'm just gonna share with some of the smaller brand, it's probably passive stage. We often, for the even smaller business, so I'm talking about 1 or 2 store kind of power. It's easily to send out free gift because it costs near to nothing to engage those influencers.
but I have that a lot.
Yeah, you heard that a lot. Exactly. So you already passed through that. You already enough for the freebies.
Yeah.
And how do I convert that into dollars?
They force you, like I don't force you, and they ask me to recommend other people. So like I go to the event and I have they just send it. So they know my address and they just send it. Like, okay, like I have it now. I'm selling them now on eBay because
You have to be careful about that though, because you can get in trouble because it is turning it into money. Like, there's a lot of samples and stuff you'll get, and they'll be like, do not sell this, you're not supposed to make money off of it, so just.
because
be
like I
careful.
have it now. So maybe like I'll start giving it to people because
I
I
would
have.
do giveaways.
Do it as a
giveaways.
giveaway.
Yeah.
Because
See,
it's
I have them a
engagement
lot.
for them,
Like,
it's
I don't-
engagement for you.
I don't really like go out to do something like that. I just do shoots. And this girl that I partner with now, she's a photographer. She does that. So she knows she's getting followers through me. So she partnered with me to do a package. So she just takes my photos and so I give her business because I used to work
Yeah, it's
for a
great.
brand. And then the brand hired her because I didn't do anything for a year. So the brand used her. She was doing the branding, everything. So, like, that's why I was like, this is serious. Someone else is doing something.
That's
This
right.
is
A lot of
serious.
photographer actually getting leveraged on this, and it's really smart. They start
Very
partnering
smart.
up with strong influencer. But I guess most of the already famous, Insta famous people, they already have someone with them. So it's hard to break that barrier. But for the photographer, like we used to have some photographer in the group, it's hard for them to break through the barrier because they also need money for living, so it's their profession. Yeah.
I have to think about that.
So, any fun our gamer? No? ready to be Insta famous?
Question,
Yeah.
that money scale,
Yeah.
is it applicable to all the different social media platforms or only some?
Only some. So I think that you
that
mean
was my
that
tribe, wasn't it?
yes.
That
So Travel actually covers quite a lot of platforms, but
Oh, okay.
on that it's actually for 3 media: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Oh,
So that's the only 3. But of course, other media have different way of calculating it.
like LinkedIn is very business-like, would that also apply?
Oh, hey, LinkedIn paid top dollar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the best one.
For what? What did I pay top dollar for?
If you have enough, like, if you have a voice, basically they like a lot of reviews and like, I mean, you probably do more on LinkedIn. So like articles, like if you actually write stuff about events you've been to and like your personal opinion on things, like it's more because business people actually will take the time to read things if it's on LinkedIn. So
You become a bit of a journalist, actually. So writing good content means
Yes.
you've got to be able to write. And, you know, I found that the-
Innovation videos, I think, is a very
Yeah.
good thing.
so it's a lot about
Keep things
content
up.
versus photos as such.
In Brisbane,
More about
in Brisbane,
articles and-
current space, there's a lot of little, invention. They sometimes spend a bit of money to make a video of it and put it on LinkedIn. And I see some good successful story coming up from it. That's probably all tech startups, maybe tech people can actually. Sorry, does that answer your question? Yeah. So different media does pay differently.
To be more for professional database, really, to connect people for work purposes, really. But if you think now, it's more of a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's turning into more of a learning platform.
Yeah,
you know.
that's
a lot
right.
of people go there
Articles are
to
good,
Yeah.
learn something or teach something, and then on the back of it, they got LinkedIn Learning now as well. So
And
So it's just
recruiters
a-
are there as well.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
just
well,
send you
yeah, that's
emails
right.
and-
It's really extended beyond.
Last thing, thank you for all you coming. Everybody have a mobile phone? Let's take out. Let's take out your mobile phone.
You're gonna teach us.
Yep. Let's take a photo. So with this photo
Yeah.
that you just take, apart from our Instagram famous influencer here, let's think about hashtag that you should take. Leverage your own power today. Let's take the hashtag, how to make that photo you just take. It's a simple photo, very quick snap. But how to market yourself really define on that little photo you just instantly take. Take 5 seconds when I say it, and you actually have no time to think. But how do you make that?
How do you sell it?
How do you sell that tag? Hashtag. Next question.
Do you want an answer?
No, you can put it on your social media, see if you reach us. Yeah? Well, thank you very much for the time.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a grab a Easter egg. Tomorrow is Easter.